Hi, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. Shout out to everybody. Oh, my wonderful members. Hey, Grandma Sherry, how you doing? I see Patty. I see Layla. Tiki, welcome. Kate, how you doing, love? Lamb, Chico's in the house. Oh, my gosh. Adas, welcome. Tiki Wim. Susie, SP Squirrel, thank you for being here. Shout out to you, Deborah. Thank you for being here. Shout out to SW who's listening to us while she's doing some stuff. Shout out to her, Erica, Roberta, Jackie Sue. Welcome, welcome, Bo, me, you, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Vic, how are you doing? Shout out to you. Me, you, how you doing, my love? Hope you're doing well. Sarah Lynn, thank you. The only Angie, thank you for being here. Oh my God, shout out to everybody. Shrinking Sharon, thank you for renewing your membership. Shout out to you. All right. And welcome. Is it D McG or is it DMCG or D McG? New member. Shout out to them. Thank you for becoming a member. And shout out to Shrinking Sharing for renewing your membership. You guys, shout out to everybody. My voice is a little off today. Trying to like get it together. I'm on some caffeine. I'm doing like a double dose of energy drink and iced coffee. So I can't go wrong. I better not go wrong. Yes, I'm excited, Running Bear. So I've been watching SF Investigates page. And honestly, like, oh my goodness, shout out to SF Investigates. He's a channel friend. He's always posting, giving us an updates and whatnot. Shout out to them. Erica, you like, girl, you cannot get sick again. I am trying. But these children of the corn go to school and pick up this stupid crap that's everywhere, and then they bring it to me, and I consume it, and I breathe it, and I touch it, and I'm on my nose and my hand. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying. All right. Emily's like laughing at me. Shout out to Emily. Okay. Let's get it together. Okay. I said it simply, Monica. The children of the corn. They're trying to ruin me. Mhm. V's like, I'm watching you on the clock. Don't tell. Shout out to everybody. Hey, JD, welcome, welcome. I'm sorry I laughed. You already know, y'all, if you got kids, these children, they bring all this crap here, and my immune system is just not immuning. I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm in my late something. That's all I'm going to say. I'm starting to see the gray hairs kind of come out, but it's the children of the corn that are trying to ruin me. Yes, I know, Bo. Take some zinc. I will. I will. Blueberry says, I'm surprised you're not bouncing off the walls. Love, I have ADHD, so caffeine doesn't really do anything for me. Like, I could sleep. I mean, I used to take Adderall with my ADHD long, long time ago, and I would take a nap with it. That's how much of an ADHDer I am. Okay, it just doesn't. So this doesn't really work for me. It just doesn't. Mm. Okay, let's talk about it. Pamela, shout out to you. She says, I'm so glad they're doing online school. Really cuts down on the illnesses. I wish they knew how. I just, I just don't. I don't think we have. My kids have ADHD and I have ADHD, so we just don't have that kind of focus. That's why I have to drop them off in the building. But yes. Anyways, all right, y'all. Shout out to everybody. Okay. All right. Stop judging me in the chat. Shout out to you guys. Let's get it together because we've been covering the Riley missing person case off of Tennessee. There's so many developments that have happened since we last talked about it. One of those being, and it broke yesterday here, not here, I'm sorry, on YouTube especially, was the fact that they found the bank card. Now, I found it on Twitter, and I had put it on my community wall, and I said, "Is this for real? Like, is this for real? For real? Did they really find his bank card?" And I guess they really did. So now I'm kind of wondering, and that's been kind of the question in my head at this point: is you find the bank card? How far is the bank card from where Riley was at or where he's at this point? Clearly they're searching in the water. My understanding is that they had a sonar team. I mean, they're doing the thing to figure out where this young man is at. And then we find out that there's a body that was found that is not Riley's. Um, but some folks thought it was Riley, so I was like, thank God they cleared that. It's not this young man. However, this is just too much going on, right, with this case. So let's get it together and let's talk about first of all, I want to go and talk a little bit about the TikTokers that, because it was a group of TikTokers, I guess, that were helping with the searches that found that card. Shout out to Mel, because I was watching a little bit of Mel and he cued me in on the person that, just kind of to get an idea of what that site looks like, that search site. Let's watch a little bit and let me know your thoughts in the comments, okay? All right.
Breaking news, 22-year-old missing college student Riley Strain's credit card has just been discovered.
Mm.
It was found right near the embankment of the Cumberland River in Nashville. Nashville Search and Rescue is scouring the banks for the remains of Riley as we speak.
Now here's my question, and you guys asked it in the chat too. V, shout out to V, who's like, listen, how they find a different body? Well, had that different body been reported missing? I'd like to know. You know, um, I'd like to know that. That would be the question of the hour. Is like, did that person get reported missing? What is going on? How did they wind up? How did all this happen? I'd like to know.
Riley's family is also here on the scene as they are making this discovery. As we know, Riley went missing after being kicked out of Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway. As we speak, the two girls who actually found Riley's credit card are being interviewed by Fox News. These are the two girls right here that actually made the discovery of Riley's missing credit card after
Mm.
going down into this embankment. As you can see,
Shout out to those two girls, and I believe they're on TikTok. Okay.
it's very treacherous and it's kind of a drop off straight into the Cumberland River.
So let me tell you something. Can you imagine? Look at all those rocks, all right? Young man is, oh, I'll definitely check it. Thank you, Chico. Young man is drinking, all right? Drinking, inebriated, intoxicated, right? Just not necessarily knowing what's up. And look at that fall. I mean, that would be quite the fall. But my thing is was the current pretty heavy? What does that look like? Like, even that doesn't quite make sense. I don't know. Everybody, I'd like to know, like, was it a huge current around the time that he went missing? Did he fall there? Did the current take him? Could that have been the issue here? I have a lot of questions about this. More questions that I think than anything.
Reports indicate that Riley's phone last pinged right underneath this bridge. We will keep searching for you, Riley. You are not forgotten. Breaking news,
Mm-mm-mm.
22-year-old missing college student Riley
Hold up, y'all.
Strain's credit card has just been.
See, I just look at how steep that fall would be. Hold up. Wow. Woo-wee, that music is a little too much for me. I'm just saying. And you know what though? Deborah says in the river the current is always moving. The currents are strong. Okay, yeah, it's got the spooky music. That current is, shout out to Chico. Chico, I just picked up your link. Thank you. I'm gonna check it right now. Um, time out. Okay. When we watch the other creator that looks at like the musical venues in that area, it was raining that night. So, like, so I'm assuming it was raining before Riley was captured on that footage. So it makes me wonder a little bit of how deep that water was, the current, everything. It's a lot of questions. You said the current is very strong in the river, and yes, you can stand on the edge by the shore, but any further, you dropping off the bank. Is it possible that that is exactly what happened? Like this young man just fell over, you know? Account says, I live here, and I could tell you that Sebastian, there were no other bolos out other than Sebastian's, and they literally don't seem to be concerned about who the body is at all. Really? That's interesting. Tennessee, shout out to Tennessee, says, it's fairly common for them to find bodies in that Cumberland. Current is always strong, but can be stronger during heavier rains. Tennessee, it was raining that night after that footage of Riley. So I'm wondering if that's what we're looking at here. The current could have taken him, the river could have taken him, something. DJ Nashville says there is not a serial killer in Nashville. Unfortunately, we have a big homeless population because our mild weather. We have a lot of people taking their own lives. Stop speculating. I don't know who's speculating. I mean, DJ Nashville, a lot of people have said about a serial killer, the smiley face theory. It's a theory. I don't know anything about that at this point. I definitely don't want to go that route, but I definitely understand why people feel that way. Shout out to DJ Nashville. Thank you. You said, Sarah says, I wonder if he was swept somewhere. You said, Running Bear says, I think he was dumped there since they found the bank card. Well, what's the bank card use? Was there any activity to the bank card? That's the question that I'd like to know because he didn't have his hotel key with him. He had his bank card with him and now he doesn't, right? Clearly it's not on him. But do we know that do we know whether the bank card was ever used? It has that been put out yet? Because I'm kind of wondering, do we have any activity in this bank card or other things? Is that the only bank card that is out there? I'm kind of wondering. You think it fell out of his pocket? I have so many questions about this whole situation, and I'm praying for a miracle. Um, you said, yeah, there's a difference between the smiley face killer. Y'all, that's an actual killer out of Oregon, and then there's the theory. Two different things. One of them is an actual killer, and the other one is a theory. Not to be confused though, because people have speculated on a theory that has yet to be really determined to be true. But it's been an ongoing thing for years. Let's see. But that again, that is not the theory. That's the actual killer in Oregon. Rabbit is so gracious. When people aren't the nicest with their delivery, I have to say, simply Monica. People get passionate. Shout out to everybody in the chat. All I ask you guys is to keep it cute, respectful of me and my mods, and we're good. We can disagree to agree or disagree completely. Okay? I hope that made sense. I think I said it backwards. Hold up. Let's go back a little bit to here. Okay, perfect. The music, man, is killing me. That officer has to grab himself by the branch, y'all. Like he's grabbing himself by the branch so he don't go down. That's crazy. And I'm going to mute it a little bit because I was hoping that he would be talking. But that just gives us an idea of what we have here. Shout out to the people that were searching. Shout out to the ladies that found this card. Like, seriously. Angel's like, yeah, very creepy music. Clarice says, I honestly think he fell in. His wallet could have fallen out of his pocket. Someone found it. He looked really messed up. He did look messed up. Clarice, he looked very inebriated. You know what I'm saying? You said maybe his card fell out of his shirt pocket if his shirt was taken off or worn by somebody else. Now, this is what is unclear to me that I've been asking and I asked before. Have they found his shirt? I know people have said that somebody was wearing the shirt But have they found the shirt? Have they found that shirt? Or this just like a witness has said it? Where's the shirt? It shouldn't be hard to miss, right? Very distinct shirt. Okay, you said, I think he dropped the card and a homeless person picked it up. The card? But the card was on the floor. What this tells me is that they're in the right direction as far as the searching goes. Chico says the shirt has not been confirmed. So this is a witness and it's a very distinct shirt. So witness who said that they saw a homeless person wearing the shirt. There's been another homeless person that has spoken out about the fact that he saw Riley and he looked very, disoriented and inebriated, and he looked like he was about to fall. So just kind of keep that in mind. You said, I was disoriented big time. I'm guessing poison or spiked drink. Running Bear, you're not the only person who's put that out there. They think that he was roofied. But again, nothing that really confirms that. We don't know that. Cops aren't saying foul play at this point. And I think that that's something important to mention.
She yelled, I found his card.
Yeah, I did.
And we immediately
And my
called
stomach
the-
dropped.
Ooh,
We begin with breaking news tonight as two women on TikTok uncover a startling piece of evidence in the disappearance of college student Riley Strain. Those girls finding the 22-year-old's bank card right by the river. This launching even more search efforts today as Fox 17 News is now asking Metro Police if this changes the course of their investigation. It's the first major clue in the disappearance of University of Missouri senior Riley Strain in several
crazy.
days since he went missing March 8th. Riley's bank card discovered by Anna Clendening and Brandy Bainan, both on TikTok and passionately committed to helping bring Riley home.
Riley's face, I'm seeing every time I close my eyes. I haven't been able to sleep the last few days because I know his mom is not sleeping.
Brandy searching homeless camps and the steep Russian garbage-laden riverbanks since Tuesday.
Wednesday,
That is great. I cannot. You said, and no ID though. He absolutely needed an ID to get into the bar. I'm assuming, right? Shredder Tayment says if it was by the river, then it floated up dam. Ooh. You said I think the bouncer at the bar should have called him a cab or a safe ride instead of just throwing them out. Right. No, I agree with you on that. Kate says someone should have confiscated the hurt should have confiscated the hurt if it existed. It's very known in the area that particular bar you can get roofied. That's what I heard, that place is very well known for that. So it's not like, for those that are like, we're speculating, it's not a theory that's off. I have heard this too. There's been people that have said that they've been roofied off of allegedly, all right, off of that specific area, that bar. Yo, it's spring break. You got the college students everywhere. Now, Clarice made a very good point, and I want to say something. Clarice says, I ain't gonna lie, I have taken off my jackets, my sweaters while drunk as AF and never found them. Guilty, love. I'm sorry. I don't know what liquid courage. I mean, I'm just thinking in my 20s, you take a little Hennessy and Alizé. I'm just thinking of all the drinks out there, some hypnotic or something. And it's like, you just get hot and you start, it could be like negative whatever out there. But when you're inebriated, you don't give a shit. You're just out there having fun. At least that's what you're thinking. Easily able to get hurt. You heard the same about the roofies, and this is why I'm saying it's like Chico, who's knows the area well. You said that yak. That's right, that yak. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm by experience. Not anymore. I had my time. You take your drinks, and then it's just like if you're in a hot bar or in a club, yeah, you get hot. Your organs and your body starts working overtime, and you're hot, and you start taking off your clothes. And it's not like you're trying to flash, folks. It's literally because it's like you're just hot. You know, it is what it is. Yes, DJ Nashville, thank you. Wish people would quit spreading misinformation. Yeah, DJ Nashville. I mean, but there's only so much information we have, and I understand where you're coming from. There's only so much information we have. I think we have a lot of questions, but that part of Nashville is full of bar goers. Absolutely.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I did over 18,000 steps out here.
Sunday, their effort produces a significant piece of evidence right near where Riley was last seen, according to police.
9 days later, we found the credit card. 9 days later. It was pretty obvious
No.
that there was a card. I don't know. We need to do more. We need to do more.
Surveillance video shows Riley walking in the wrong direction after leaving Luke Bryan's bar, visibly intoxicated. His last known cell phone pings and sightings on video right in the area where the bank card was found. Search boats then arriving several hours later. Metro Police haven't yet responded to Fox 17 News' inquiry on whether the case has changed from no believed foul play to a criminal investigation.
So because they found the card, I think that's a, legit question. Yeah, he is blank screen. Shout out to you. It's like he's a big dude. He's 6'7", 160 pounds. He wore a shirt that was very distinctive. You can't miss it. You know what I'm saying? It's like he stands out very well. He would stand out in a homeless, area and encampment. He would definitely stand out. And DJ National, you're absolutely. It's a huge tourist area. Then put in the factor that it's spring break, and then all right, you got frat brothers everywhere. I still, I'm not trying to blame these young men, but I do feel like, damn, that was the most irresponsible thing to just leave this young man out there while the 50 plus, I don't know how many, because my understanding, I heard the number 50. That's what we're hearing. 50 plus men, God knows, And where's the cell phone? That's a great question. Well, it pinged. We know that at one point, and then it stopped pinging. Somebody's got his belongings. His belongings aren't with them all together, right? Where's his ID? Because he needs an ID to get to a bar. We found the card. Does that change the course of the investigation? That's the question, right? One of the things I don't understand, and I said this before, is that he left the key card in the hotel room, right? Is that because he just left and never came back, or did he come back and then leave it? Like, it's just a lot of questions. Do we have any hotel room footage of him, leaving the hotel? Is that hasn't been released, right? Exactly, Luna Mia. That's right. That no matter where, men or women, but there's always this idea that men can't get taken advantage of, right? So men, it's a guy. You know what I'm saying? But men get roofied too. Men can be victimized as well. And when we start as a society to really think about that and say, yeah, bottom line, men can get roofied. Anybody can become a victim of human trafficking. Men, women, whatever, right? Or anybody can be victimized. Then we might actually start getting somewhere as far as seeing somebody like Riley as a victim of foul play, right? Or as a victim of something. It's okay to go outside of that, right? Just a thought. Just a thought. And then Kim says he could be alive. When he fell and hit his head, possibly caused brain trauma or possible amnesia. There's a lot of possibilities, But the question still remains is, does that change the course of the investigation now that we have this card that's been found? Kind of wondering.
Riley's family at the river today, working tirelessly to track down any leads possible and continuing to thank the many people who continue to help. These women vowing not to let up.
And we want answers.
And we want, yeah,
And
we
we'll
want
look
answers
for
for them, and we're gonna look for them.
If
Yep.
nobody else will, we will.
Yep.
Well, Riley's family went to check on new surveillance video today as well as all this was unfolding. No word yet on if that revealed anything. I'll certainly update you later on. But they do hope to continue to post flyers in a several-mile radius around where Riley was last seen, certainly trying to keep his name out there.
I certainly hope that they do find something, that they do get an update. Okay, there's another video by the TikToker. Walt is my middle name. This is the TikToker. Shout out to Mel. He showed us a little bit of the images. I just showed you guys a couple of things. He's got some more images here that we can definitely watch and just have a conversation about. All right, hold up. Let me get the creepy music out.
Was discovered today.
Hold up.
The credit card of missing 22-year-old Riley Strain was discovered today. As you can see, there are still locals searching and scouring the area in hopes of finding Riley's belongings or additional clues. This bridge is the last known spot that Riley's phone pinged before going dark. it is
Wow.
still a mystery as to what happened to him. As you can see, the news crews are still here getting coverage and footage of what was discovered. Riley's credit card was found down this embankment within the trash near the Cumberland River. As you can see, right down by the river is a homeless population that rest.
That
As you can
is
see, there are people that actually live down by the river in the embankment where Riley's credit card was found, somewhere within the debris and trash. We will continue to search for you, Riley. You will not be forgotten.
that's just, I mean, look at how steep that is, you guys. Easy fall. Like, that's maybe the current was bigger. And I know, shout out to SF Investigates, who he did put that out there, that there was a, hold up, let me see if we can go to his page, SF Investigates. You guys go check him out on Twitter. He really does help a lot of the communities with missing loved ones. I definitely would recommend that y'all go check him out. I mean, he's an asset to the true crime community for sure. So SF Investigates, and I think it was here. Was it here? Yes, it was. Here it is. Let's look at this, and let me make this, let me remove this a little bit, this little banner. Here we go. So he talks about the height of the river at that time. Hold up. And he says, let me read this narrative. He says, the debit card appears to be found far from the waterline of the river, but at 10 p.m. on March 8th, the gauge height of the river was about 24.66 feet. Today, when it was found, the height was about 17.7 feet. So the water was 7 feet higher. So was the water higher the day that he went missing? Y'all see that? He says, so the water was 7 feet higher. I don't know how to calculate how much higher the riverbank was when the gauge was 7 feet higher, but I bet the accounts for why the card was found where it was. But I bet that accounts for why. Oh, gotcha. I bet that accounts for why the card was found where it was. Isn't it interesting? Yeah, much higher, right? So let's look at this little data point. Shout out to him because I love being able to have a point of reference. Look at this. So he went missing on the 8th, and he puts a little marker there for us right there to see. Y'all see that? March 8th. So it was very high. You said, but wait, the shore was blocked by homeless stuff. Could have he fallen, or is he there too much stuff at the shore? Oh yeah. Water was very high on that day of disappearing, and you factor in the time it was raining after that footage, right? We saw that footage. It was raining. So you kind of have to factor that in. Thank you, said Rabbit. I sent you an email with the map attached. Thank you, love. All right. I also want to go to this article that shout out to Chico who also sent me, but I just wanted to point that out. So get the factor in the fact that it was raining, river higher, but then it also makes me wonder how much or how many like homeless people that are in that area have fallen in that river, have gone missing and don't get reported. I mean, they found a body. Was that body reported missing prior? Right? Yes, and it rained that night. Thank you, Miss Dawn. It rained that night and later in the week. You're absolutely right. You said he went in the water, he's down the river further. Molly says, I feel terrible that the body was found, but who is she? Was anybody looking for her? Did anyone even know she was missing? It's so sad around. Yeah, they said that the body that they found was female, but if there's a homeless population that lives there, you got to kind of wonder, like, who lives, like, how many people have fallen down this river? And like Chico said, it's not uncommon, right? So how often is this happening? And then because they're homeless, maybe people aren't accounting for these people. They just kind of let it be. You said they wouldn't have found the woman if they wasn't looking for Riley, just being honest. Let's be real. Because you have to kind of wonder how many homeless people or those people that are around there just kind of fall and nobody calls them missing. Nobody says, hey, I witnessed something. that happens. Ooh. Okay. All right. All right. Right. Yeah. Remember the woman in the UK who was found a mile from where she fell in, and when she was walking her dog. Right. Y'all remember when was it out of Colorado too? God, I see her face. I just can't remember her name. Um, I'll have to think about this because I like her face is in my mind. They were looking for her, but they found another woman and they found her body. They were totally unrelated situations. It is not uncommon for that to happen. Okay, it just isn't. All right, let me go over here and let's talk over here. Okay, let's see. It says mystery deepens as missing student Riley bank card is found in the Tennessee River 9 days after he vanished as desperate search for 22-year-old continues. So Riley 22 was last seen March 8th on Broadway in Nashville as per police. We know this. Nashville police said Thursday that they were utilizing a boat to search. On Sunday, they confirmed that a bank card belonging to Riley was found. Just the bank card, no ID. Kind of wondering if there's any other items. We really don't know. Police have found a bank card near the Nashville River in desperate search for missing University of Missouri student Riley. So he vanished about 9 days ago. Well, now 10 days ago, if you're counting the 18th. So it's been quite some time. Okay, so the Delta Chi fraternity members was in Tennessee on a group trip for their annual spring formal when he was kicked out of the bar at about 10 p.m. for unknown reasons. Well, now we do know those reasons. Okay, let me see. On Sunday, they confirmed that a bank card belonging to Riley was found on the embankment near Gay Street, which is 3-minute walk from the downtown smoke and vape shop on Church Street, where he was last seen on video. Here we go. Give you an idea. I mean, clearly that river is pretty deep. We just talked a little bit about height wise what he would have been like what it would have looked like at that night. So he's wearing the two-tone black shirt. Okay, we covered that. We feel like when he came out, because they had been to a couple of other places, that he had got turned around on the direction, and this is what Riley's stepfathers said. Additional surveillance footage released by the Nashville police show him wobbling and appearing confused. People have said that. People have speculated that he was followed, that people were chasing him. None of that has been founded. Keep that in mind. I think it's something to put out there. Okay, let me see what else do we have here. Look at, I mean, it's just, you look at those images, you got to understand how many people have fallen here. How many people have fallen here? Thank you, LaDonna. Susan Morphew. That's what I was thinking about. You just put her name in the chat. I appreciate you. For whatever, like I could see Susan's face. And if you remember, her body was found. There was another woman found. They weren't looking for that other woman, but that does happen, right? But in this specific area where they have such a huge homeless population, as those that were putting in the chat had said, you have to understand, like, shout out to DJ, shout out to all the locals, Tennessee up there. You have to kind of understand how many people have fallen on this river and they don't get reported. You said Rabbit used to live in the western Kentucky, the other Cumberland River, and there is a dam. It's probably an hour and a half, or an hour and a half by water to Nashville. Ooh, so do you think that the current might have glitter? Like, could the current have carried him away? I don't know. Michelle says, any mention if anyone had used his bank card? No. So my understanding, somebody put it in the chat. Hey, Cheshire Cat, welcome. Somebody put it in the chat and said that they had, there was no activity. Thank you, Running Bear. Thank you. Thank you. Running Bear, or anybody that has seen that article, because I haven't seen that article. That was my question, actually, Michelle. That was the question, is, had the card been used since it was last used? And if it was last used, was it used by him? Was it used at Luke's bar? Like, that's the question. You know, Chico said, like I had said previously, we literally had 3 women go missing in Mississippi, and unfortunately, they would be found a week or a month later. So could his body have been taken to this current? You said Nebulous. Hey, Nebulous is a submarines net downstream. I mean, they got people looking in there, and I think they got a sonar group and stuff. His car could have been in his shirt pocket after buying a drink at a bar. So if he fell, the car fell out, potentially. No activity on any other accounts, according to parents. There you go. You said, yeah, we talked a little, shout out to SF. We talked a little bit about that current. It kind of makes you wonder. And then there's finding other bodies. But the reality is this, if they weren't looking for Riley, they probably wouldn't have found that other body. Okay, can we agree to that? I mean, honestly, this is just like, wow. I want to go to SF real quick because he gives us some more images here. Gives us an idea of what this area kind of looks like. And he says on there, and let me make myself smaller. He says these screen grabs are at the bridge where Riley's phone last pinged and near where the debit card was found. This was about 4 hours after his phone pinged. It had started raining, so unhoused from that area moved under the bridge. These people were most likely in the most likely in the immediate vicinity around 10 p.m. Also, I hope law enforcement has made a real effort to talk to anyone. Also, the city county work truck is significant. I hope the operator of this truck has been interviewed about what he recalls and any dash cam pulled from the truck. Ooh, what if there is dash cam there? You think, Dragon, you're not the only one who said that. Tennessee says, based on an article by the local station, the body that was found was several miles up the river from where they found Riley's car. Now, let me take a little drink break, guys. That's interesting. Tennessee. Now, I think somebody said that they were going to email me. Let me check my email real quick. There was something that y'all wanted me to see. Hold up. Let's go check and see this email real quick. Hold up. Let's see what else you guys have sent me. Okay, thank you so much. Somebody sent me a map of, ooh, how come I can't download it? See if I can put it over here. Okay, let's see if we can upload this real quick to get it on the main screen over here. Is this it? Yep. Let me delete this overlay over here. Hopefully we're going to see this picture over here. And let me thank you. Shout out to the person that emailed me. I'm not going to call you out by name in order to kind of, not to dox you or anything like that. But let's see this. So they put in Gay Street, the street, and it's circled red, and then there's a circle yellow. Y'all see that? Okay, and they put in the email, yellow circle is where Riley was seen on video with the other pedestrians crossing the intersection at Gay Street. Red circle is where I believe they found his debit card. It may be the bridge to the right, but I think it's the left based off of buildings shown on videos, in the videos. That's interesting. That's interesting. Almost everywhere you use a CC or a debit card has cameras. Yeah, right? But like everything has cameras. What about like other street cameras? This can't be the only area. You said right along the water, right? Yeah, and then that river is long as well. It helps power TVA, Tennessee Valley authorities. Wow. You said Lamb says usually 2 to 3 days to surface, but if the water is cold, maybe never surface. Oh man. And what is the weather like right now? I mean, Chico, what's the weather like over there right now? Do you happen to know? I'm kind of wondering, like, around this time, what does it look like for spring? Is it really hot? Is it like, what is it? Because I could tell you where I'm at. We get snowstorms. Like it don't, you just never really know, you know? Let me know in the chat. What is the weather for those Tennessee treasure finder? Let me know. What's the weather like? DJ Nashville, y'all locals, what's the weather like right now? What's that looking like for you? It's cold today? Okay. You said, Rabbit, there has been calls for cameras on our rivers because we don't have enough cameras. You said it's chilly right now? It's 36 degrees in Tennessee? Bodies will always surface at some point due to gases. That is true. Warm and chilly days, but in the spring break, it's 39. So I mean, people go here spring break. I don't know about you guys, but I think spring break, I think like hot weather, but this was the place to go and they were having a conference and whatnot. You know, it's cold today. Okay. You said the river is high this part of the year. Warm days, chilly nights. So I would probably say it was likely chilly the night that he disappeared, right? Like, I can't think of anything, else. I mean, then it was raining. I would assume that it would have been chilly. Okay, let me pull something up because there was a witness who said that, hold up, let me share with you guys something right quick. So we heard commotion. He almost fell over. A man on seeing Riley on the last known path. Okay. He said weather was weird. We were in our 70s last week. It's weird. I told y'all Tennessee weather is bipolar. So it's 70s. Okay. All right. All right. No worries, DB. Shout out to you. There was a lot of rain that weekend after he went missing. That's right. Keep that in mind. So what does that do to a river? Changes in current, keep that in mind. Okay? Now let me mute this ad. But during the day, and this was an article that was released yesterday, there have been witnesses that have seen different things and whatnot, saw him
He
stumbling.
almost fell over the edge right there.
A man who's part of the homeless community is speaking out for the first time on seeing missing college student Riley Strain walking his last known path. That man is speaking exclusively to Fox 17 News tonight. Now, we've been following the search for University of Missouri student Riley Strain for just over a week at this point. His disappearance last Friday night making national headlines after Riley was asked to leave Luke Bryan's bar and then walked in the wrong direction to his hotel. I can tell you tonight we are hearing from one of the last people who potentially saw Riley before his trail stops.
Wow.
Day 8 of the search for Riley Strain. Nashville's Office of Emergency Management uses dive teams for the first time in their river searches for any trace of the University of Missouri senior. Today's effort yielding nothing conclusive, according to officials. In retracing Riley's steps, surveillance video shows the 6'7", 22-year-old leave Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway just after 9:30 p.m. last Friday, March 8th, getting kicked out for intoxication. Riley heads up 3rd Avenue alone, crashes into a pole off Church Street.
I know we're seeing a lot of like footage like this. I just hate this young man stumbling that way, running. It makes you wonder. But then at the same time, if this is like a regular, place where people get drunk and, how often would a civilian or a good Samaritan stop and try to help somebody that is clearly drunk and, you ain't trying to get in some mess? Like, I could see that, but it's kind of sad to see some of these images.
And then stumbles onto Gay Street near the river, holding his head in some of the footage.
I seen the guy that went missing. He came down through here.
Fox 17 News speaking exclusively to a transient man who lives along the riverbank, right where Riley was last spotted on camera per police, near the James Robertson Parkway Bridge.
We heard a commotion. We looked back up. He almost fell over. The last bush right there caught him. He was very, very, very intoxicated, I guess. I mean, he was stumbling hard. I've never seen anybody stumble that hard before.
The man.
Wow. So do y'all see that? This is somebody that a person in that area that saw him fall.
And telling me he didn't check on Riley since someone else was already there.
I yelled up. They said, no, he's just drunk. He's okay.
The man, who asked not to be identified, says he reported the entire encounter to detectives. He says Riley continued in the same direction up 1st Avenue. But then Riley's trail stops. Other security footage just a block up the way doesn't appear to show Riley, according to his family. Riley's relatives, who have been in town since the first day he was missing, say they're working to track down anyone who was in Riley's last known location by the bridge around 10 p.m. that night.
DB, you caught that too? Who was that someone else? Huh. We're going to have to watch this again because there's something that was said there that didn't quite sit well with me. But let me finish.
Either walking on a scooter, in a ride share, or perhaps driving by. This as the Nashville community continues to scour near the river daily for any clues. Many, like these women, are originally from Missouri.
He's been on our minds. the whole day.
Kathy shares Riley's hometown of Springfield, Missouri. She moved to Murfreesboro just a year ago.
I'm a
Oh,
parent, and I would hope that anybody would be looking for him.
And Metro Police tell us they don't suspect any foul play at this point. The Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission is investigating whether Riley was overserved at any of the bars he attended that night.
so now the question becomes, was he overserved in the other bars? But if he was already drunk at Luke Bryan's, and I'm assuming he was just, they were doing like a pregame. You know what I'm saying? Like you drink before you go. People drink before they go to the bar that they're supposed to go to. That's just a given. The young people do it.
Now, the restaurant group that does own Luke Bryan's bar, Luke's 32 Bridge, put out a statement this week saying Riley was served one drink there.
I don't know. Hold up. Let me go back a little bit and let's see if we can. Let me see, y'all. Okay, let me read some of your guys' comments. Account says I'm in recovery too, and it kills me. Oh, well, shout out to everybody that's in recovery. You know, you guys are amazing. Thank you for, do what you got to do. And thank you for being here, for at least sharing your story, and participating and giving us your thoughts while you're here. Shout out to your sobriety. And so thank you so much for being here. Not this guy, but the guy who appeared to be with him. Who was that someone, and why haven't they come forward to the police unless police have acknowledged this interaction? Weird, right? That's what we were just saying. DB and I, we were like, what's going on here? That's pretty sus. Y'all caught that? I thought it was just me who caught that, but and maybe I need to go back a little bit. Hold up.
New tonight, police in Tullahoma are asking for the public's help to locate a
Hold
man
up.
who.
Hold up. Where did it go? Was this one? It was this one right here, and we need to go back to it. Let's mute the ad real quick. Mute the ad, and hopefully we'll hear it here pretty soon. Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you guys are showing support by hitting the like button, please, and thank you. Hey, Swayze, shout out to you. That is the magic question. I tell you, man, there's a lot of
He
magic
almost
questions.
fell over the edge right there.
A man who's part of the homeless community is speaking out for the first time on seeing missing college student Riley Strain walking his last known path. That man is speaking exclusively to Fox 17 News tonight. Now, we've been following the search for University of Missouri student Riley Strain for just over a week at this point. His disappearance last Friday night making national headlines after Riley was asked to leave Luke Bryan's bar.
All right, I'm going to stop right here. Okay, you said a recent former employer called into the Pascal show, shout out to the Pascal show last night, and gave some insight to his demeanor that night. Whoa. So a recent former employee of Luke's Bryan's bar called into the Pascal show and gave some insight. So when did did he just quit the job that night? Or was he like, I'm no longer working here? Like, C. Garrison, drop the T in the chat. Let me know, because that's new to me. I didn't know that. Drop that info in the chat. See, I mean, if you got a timestamp on the Pascal show, we can look into that. But you said a recent former employee called into the Pascal show last night and gave some insight to his demeanor. Lockwood said, my theory, when he hit his head, he got amnesia. It's very possible he's still alive somewhere. It's just, the thing about that, Lockwood, is he stands out. If that is the case, it just makes me wonder, why hasn't he been found yet? You said he heard last night that she said she quit 4 days ago yesterday? See, that's new to me. Yeah, former employee became former employee within a week, within 4 days, I'm assuming. So she called Pascal show and gave some information. You said Jackie Sue, she was there that night. She said she quit her job 4 days ago. Well, damn, I didn't know that. Hold up. See, let me see if we could pull that up real quick. But before I even look into that, and he had a very lengthy live last night. You said somebody called, and I'll find the timestamp for that. But I want to review this because there was something that was said here that caught my attention.
And then walked in the wrong direction to his hotel. I can tell you tonight, we are hearing from one of the last people who potentially saw Riley before his trail stops.
Huh.
Day 8 of the search for Riley Strain. Nashville's Office of Emergency Management uses dive teams for the first time in their river searches for any trace of the University of Missouri senior. Today's effort yielding nothing conclusive, according to officials. In retracing Riley's steps, surveillance video shows the 6'7", 22-year-old leave Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway just after 9:30 p.m. last Friday, March 8th, getting kicked out for intoxication. Riley heads up 3rd Avenue.
Hold up. Deborah or anybody that watched it, do you guys have a timestamp of it? Let me know and we can look into it to what she said. Now, again, none of that has been substantiated by, oh, you did? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Paker. Okay. None of that has been substantiated by law enforcement, so keep that in mind. I'm just kind of wondering if it was an employee that left 4 days ago. She's already talking to social media. You know, take that for what it's worth.
Avenue alone, crashes into a pole off Church Street, and then
Okay.
stumbles onto Gay Street near the river, holding his head in some of the footage.
I seen the guy that went missing. He came down through here.
Fox 17 News speaking exclusively to a transient man who lives along the riverbank, right where Riley was last spotted on camera per police, near the James Robertson Parkway Bridge.
We heard a commotion. We looked back up. He almost fell over the last bush right there. Caught.
He said, we heard a commotion. We looked back up. He almost fell over the last bush right there, caught him. We heard a commotion. So this man was with somebody who also heard the commotion. We looked back up. He almost fell over the last bush right there, caught him. Wow.
He was very, very, very intoxicated, I guess. I mean, it was someone.
He was very, very, very intoxicated. I guess he stumbled hard. I've never seen anybody stumble that hard before. Wow.
Hard I've never seen anybody stumble that hard before.
The man telling me he didn't check on Riley since someone else was already there.
I yelled up. They said, no, he's just drunk. He's okay.
The man who asked
I yelled up. They said he's just drunk. He's okay. So they just let him be.
Not to be identified, says he reported the entire encounter to detectives. He says Riley continued in the same direction up 1st Avenue. But then Riley's trail stops. Other security footage just a block up the way doesn't appear to show Riley, according to his family. Riley's relative.
Yes, I know, right? And I guess that's a good point, right? There isn't a whole lot. Who's we? Who is they? There's a lot. Okay, Rabbit SW says the caller was very off and I don't believe her. Well, I want to watch a little bit because I didn't get to see that part. Somebody said it was the last 45 minutes. And of course, we will give credit to the Pascal show. I hope he doesn't mind that I'm sharing that part. I don't see any timestamps on this thing, but somebody said it was like the last 45 minutes of the show.
It could be a troll too. You know what I mean? But
shout out to Pascal.
But it doesn't automatically mean like, oh yeah, he was like this and he was like, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. So I will try to reach out to her for sure and see if she can come on to the show. That'd be great, of course. So we can get a little bit more to the hazing when it comes to initiations, etc. Unfortunately, how the cookie crumbles in this particular situation.
SW, if you have a timestamp, let me know, please, and thank you. Just wants the word out. Oh, well, thank you, Betsy. I know Pascal's one of the good guys here.
Oh, hey, okay, Shauna.
Oh, here we go.
Shauna Williams. I'm a local and was there that night. Oh, but law enforcement, what? Told me not to. What's the not to? I'm curious about the. It could be a troll too. You know what I mean?
Oh, stop it. It's me, Shauna.
Shauna.
Is this her? Was this her, y'all? Was her name Shauna? Let me know. No, Woodstock, you said he was kicked out. Well, that's information that I'm wondering. It took her a minute. Deborah, is her name Shauna? Is this the same one? Let me know. Wow. She also said her husband was law enforcement? And she worked at the bar? I mean, that could happen. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. All right. Oh, all right. Look, shout out to everybody in the chat. Lord have mercy. All right. Well, shout out to Pascal. I'm going to play this. I'm going to put, of course, please go subscribe to the Pascal Show. Let me share it real quick. Yo, if you're not subscribed to Pascal, I'm sure everybody here is. Go check him out, okay? He does really great commentary on true crime cases and brings some awareness to a lot of the cases out there.
What's up? Hey, how you doing, sweetheart?
I'm okay. Pascal, first of all, I love you so much. I have
Oh.
been like following you forever, but
Thank you.
I feel like a dummy because I'm so technology challenged. But anyway, go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, first off, I want to say thank you so much for being on the show
Absolutely.
and calling in. So you were in, just so we understand, because I know I've never met you, and all that, but you were in Nashville in Luke's 32 Bridge bar at the same time that this young man, Riley Strain, was there.
Yes, and I actually I work there, like, so just saying that, but
Wait a second.
Huh? She said she works there or she doesn't work there?
You work
Yes.
there too.
Pascal's like, wait a second, wait a minute, hold up, back it up.
well, oh God, okay, shoot.
Oh,
I
just
should have
say
thought
it.
about this.
I mean, you already ripped the Band-Aid off. I mean, you might as well just say it, girl.
Right.
So I have affiliation with them. I'll say that. Yeah,
Fair enough.
it's been a lot since that day, but I was there, and oh God, okay.
Okay,
I don't think.
can I ask you
Yeah,
something?
go ahead.
What's
Yes.
what's the hesitation about? I'm just curious. What are you hesitating about?
We've been told to not speak.
Oh,
That's yeah.
Gotcha. Well, your secret. No one's listening, so it's just between you. I'm kidding.
Yeah, of course.
I cannot. Blake Screen's like, she's dry snitching on herself. Lord, I mean, she would be easy to identify if she was there, right? The bar could identify her, law enforcement could identify her, and then y'all are saying that her husband is law enforcement? And DJ Nashville, thank you for becoming a member, love. Shout out to you. Thank you. I just saw that you became a member.
I'm kidding.
Just,
But
just me and you, Pascal.
just you and me and a couple of people. So
Yeah.
I'm curious. Okay, so they said not to say anything. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
But
We're on lockdown.
But what are some things that you can say? You see what I'm saying?
Gosh.
Like, okay, so
Okay.
can you at least let us know? Did you see Riley that night? That night.
I did not realize that I saw him until after the fact, but yes, I did. And I love my town. I love my city,
Of course.
but it's become a shit show. Oh crap. Sorry.
It's okay. It's a late show.
Okay.
You can curse all you want. Shit.
Okay.
Diana, yes, we did see the interview with the witnesses that were actually seen in that footage. We did talk about it on the last live when we talked about this. Jordy T, shout out to Jordy T, says Nashville is a smaller town than people think. It's not going to be hard to find out who she is. That's what I'm saying, Jordy T. Like, she literally hit the link and told everybody she was working there, affiliated there, know somebody there. Like, whew.
There you go.
Okay.
You're not alone.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay. So it's become quite the crap show
Mhm.
lately. It's about money and oh God. Okay. It's I'm 49 years old. Let me tell you this. I have worked in downtown Nashville on Lower Broadway for 22 years. And it used to be a place that all of us locals would go. And I'm a performer, and it was just a good place to go. But over the last 6 years, not so much anymore. And I am not surprised by this at all. I have my own opinions on what happened,
Okay.
and I'm not
Oh,
allowed to
Jesus.
speak on them, but it's very suspect. I'll say that.
She has her own opinions. Yes, she hit the link and she's not allowed to speak on them. Super suspect, y'all. Super suspect.
Okay. Can you expand on why it's a little suspect?
Because oh gosh, okay. Because of just the oh God. Okay.
Take your time.
Sorry.
Hey,
I'm so sorry.
it's okay.
I'm really sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I understand that you're treading on very, very thin ice. Of
Yeah.
course, I of course don't want you to lose your job or anything like that. Okay, like we are all here for you. We got your back.
Betty, how is a missing person becoming a crap show and about money? You tell me, love. I'm lost on this one.
But also, we would love to get some clarity on what's going on here. So, what is the suspect part? And of course, take your
Um,
take your time. Take your time. We're here though.
Well, thank you so
No
much
problem.
for that.
No problem.
I love and appreciate you so much, Pascal. I've been following you for like a year and a half, so
Wow.
to speak to you is just like amazing. But anyway, okay.
Thank you.
Let me get it together.
All right. So like she's a fan of the show, right?
Okay.
You got it. You got it.
Um, there are so many behind the scenes things that go on behind. Oh God,
Mhm.
see, I'm messing up my words, but there are a lot of things that go on
Mhm.
downtown Nashville that are money or driven or whatever. But oh God, okay. So we have the homeless issue now that is huge
Right.
in Nashville. It's never been that way until the last 2 years. But there's a lot of cover up.
Hold up. For those that are in the local, she said that it's never been that way, the homeless issue, until the last 2 years, but it's cover up. But Simply Monica brought up a good point. She said, I wonder if anything has to do with trafficking. The way she's speaking, saying that the town is about money, how is that relevant? Right. All right, DJ Nashville, you let me know. Did the homeless issue just become an issue in the last 2 years? Chico, who else? Tennessee, everybody in here that's from that local area. Let me know, because see, I don't live there, so I don't know.
I'm so gonna lose my job, but it's okay. But this happens all the
She's going to lose her job.
time.
What happens all the time?
And
What happens all the
all
time?
the cover up, the roofie things, the
Thank you, Don.
overserving, the not looking out for patrons, and it's
Now I could believe that the roofie part or over-serving is a thing. I definitely could believe that.
like, listen, this guy was not overserved as far as what he bought.
Right.
But he was a boy coming in from Missouri on spring break and drank probably all day before he even came downtown, and they do not look out for that.
So can you tell me when Riley walked in, did he look intoxicated? Did he show any physical?
Absolutely not. Nope. Maybe a little.
What?
I mean, I don't know this. I mean, I don't know him personally,
Right.
but
What?
no.
So he
looked like any other spring breaker.
So was he? So he walked in straight, like not straight
With a
legs.
lot of boys.
Well, with a lot of
Yeah.
boys, but he walked in and he didn't come in like stumbling or acting
No.
weird or physically off.
Nope. No.
What?
Now I had to review the camera footage, so
You've seen the
I know that for sure.
You've seen the camera footage?
She saw the camera footage? What?
From inside the bar? From inside the bar?
Yo, look at Pascal's face. I don't even think he's believing this, y'all. I'm just saying, like, look at his face.
In my office. Oh God, shit. Okay. Oh, sorry. Excuse my
Really?
language. Oh,
You're
God,
good. You're good.
Yeah.
This is a late
No,
night.
Yeah,
This is
no,
a late night show.
not at all. And they hide things. They hide it. They don't want to put it out there. You know what I mean? Like, oh God.
You're okay. You're okay.
But I'm tired of it. I'm 49 years old and I have a son that's 25 and he's a college student. I swear to God, if he went out in public or wherever he goes to college and they would not come forward and speak about this, I'm sorry, but this makes me very mad. But no, not at all. No.
So can I ask you something then? Okay, because I got a lot of questions. So, but one of the things is, if you're saying that there is hiding, okay, that there's cover up, as you said, within this facility, wouldn't you be part of that cover up as well? Like were you a part of these things as well, executing these things?
Thank you. I mean, wouldn't you be part of that too? Why would you be talking on the show? Simply Monica says, wait. She said she didn't know she saw him until after the fact. And remember, she also said that he wasn't drunk, he wasn't that intoxicated, and then she kind of backed up a little bit and was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about, girl. So how would she have an opinion on the tox level? How do you know? I'm not getting that vibe. Now, as far as human trafficking as an issue and drugging, oh, absolutely. That's an issue that's in Tennessee, in California, in Chicago, in Atlanta. It's everywhere. That's a real thing. That I would definitely believe it. But this part, no, girl.
Things and okaying the cover up of certain things?
This is why I'm speaking to you.
I see.
Yeah, because it's been there for a long time.
Gotcha.
Fortunately, it has not resulted in missing people or death, but there has been a lot of
people drinking things that are laced.
Yes, a lot of this has been happening. I love my city, and I love my town, and I love what Nashville.
Girl, we know. Okay, she said it like 5 times. I'm sorry, y'all. I just want to get to the point.
Used to stand for, but
yeah,
these days it does not It's not what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
So this goes on all the time, which is why I'm speaking out. But it just has not resulted in this.
Yes.
A missing person, a death, or whatever. I have my thoughts and my feelings based on what I've seen and what I've tried to imply. And that's why I quit and I left. I'm done.
Oh, so you're no longer there?
No, I done. No, I'm sorry. I'm Southern. I done quit. I done quit like 4 days.
So now she quit. She said, here's my 2-week notice. I'm out of here. Or 3-day notice. I'm out of here. You said it would be insane for her to make some shit up like that. Like, that would not be okay. But then again, who's going to be checking on her? It's not like Pascal's going to go over there and be like, girl, give me your receipts. Nobody's going to, she's calling in. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have let her talk if it was me too, Go ahead. Mickey says, I believe her. I think she's scared, but it's a close-knit area and she could get in trouble. Yeah, but why call in? And if that, Mickey, going back to Pascal's question, which is very much a valid question. Is she part of the problem because she sat there and has seen all this roofing and trafficking that's been going on? And you just now decided to quit?
Days ago. I'm done.
Oh, so then you got nothing to hide. You got nothing to be worried about then, right?
Yeah, well, but I have law enforcement
telling you to telling you to
yes.
What's
yeah.
What?
It happens to be my spouse, so I'm on that for now. Yeah.
Law enforcement happens to be her spouse, so that's why she's on that. Yes, that's what she said. Ryan Apple Snapple says, I done quit. It's more like I'm done with this ish. Shout out to Ryan Snapple. What?
So your spouse is involved in law enforcement?
Yeah, well, in the investigation, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll just say that.
That's right.
Okay.
And I just realized my freaking real name is on here. So.
No,
well.
we don't see it. Okay.
Okay,
it's gone. But so
True.
really quick. Okay, so one, I'm glad that first off, I will say this, I'm glad that you kind of hit a wall. You had enough and you moved on, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I will say this too. I mean, I understand if you're trying to be respectful of other parties that are surround your life. I do understand that you're trying to be respectful of them and what they're doing in regards to this case as well. But there are some things that you could tell us about what's going on that happened inside that bar that particular night. So you saw him, he looked fine.
So yeah, y'all pointed this out. So she was worried about losing her job, but she quit. This coffee is powerful, y'all. Makes you see through some stuff.
Yeah.
You ran into him. Of course, it's like one of those things. You run into a lot of people and you don't really know that person's going to be, important later on in your day or later on in your life until something tragic happens and you're like, oh my God, it was right there and I saw him. So so then when it comes to this, he seemed fine walking into the bar. He wasn't stumbling. He wasn't off balance or anything like that.
Not at all.
So then,
typical kid on college spring break.
So then what was the moment that made the staff to decide to kick him out? He had a drink, an alcoholic drink and 2 waters, and then suddenly he gets kicked out. Could you take us there for a second?
From my understanding, he flirted in an inappropriate way.
Oh.
What?
And that was it.
What? 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 Yo, this is my reaction. I had not seen this. What?
That's what I'll say about that. Yeah. I mean, his invoice was 1 drink. Now we all know that doesn't mean that's all he had to drink. Okay, we know that people buy each other drinks and whatnot. But,
right.
Which is why I don't work there anymore. It seemed very suspect from the beginning. And like I said, I don't know if he was roofied or if he was, but the protocol. Let me tell you, the protocol in Lower Broadway is for security is if you have to take a patron out, you have to make sure they have a escort that is and good, like at least not inebriated, or you got to make sure they go out with a good escort. Okay. And if they don't have one, then there are law enforcement all around the bars. And that does not mean they're going to be arrested, but you take that patron out and you say, listen, he's kicked out, she's kicked out. They're not sober enough, or they're not,
Ooh, wow. I mean, I would say that maybe there's some level. Cassie's like, maybe the staff aren't involved, but there is a level of negligence. Because, if he was drunk before he got there, but now this lady is saying he was not drunk. He was a regular schmegular spring breaker. Y'all were saying that he might have hit on somebody's girl. I don't know. We don't have anything to substantiate that. You know? Was he roofied, or maybe he took a hit of something before he went out? You know how they do like the hot box? Like sometimes if you get a whiff of something or you're in a hot box and then you drink the alcohol hits you like 20 times harder. Guilty, I've done that. I know what that's like. So it's like you kind of have to wonder. And then you get hot, you take off your clothes, somebody wears your shirt, you're spotted. I don't know. And yes, storyline, I did fast forward higher time speed on Pascal. Make sure you guys check out the whole video on Pascal show.
In good standing. So we need to make sure you call an Uber, a taxi, whatever, and they confirm that they're gone. And in my experience with this recent event, I'm just going to say that is the buddy should not have been brought back in because he was supposed to take or make sure that this kid,
that Riley went home.
Was
Yes.
was in an Uber or in a taxi or what. That is the protocol. And
Gotcha.
this was this is why this is why I'm angry because he never should have been left like that. And that's the protocol.
Okay. So the protocol, so the bar messed up their protocol. They didn't do what they said that what they usually do, which is making sure that he had a buddy, that there was a buddy system of some sort in place, and that didn't happen. The guy went back into the bar. The fraternity brother went back into the bar, and he should have left with him. He should have gone with him to be like, make sure he gets in an Uber or make sure he gets his ass home or to his hotel in one piece. That's what should have been that should have happened, and it didn't happen. So
and that is the protocol with all the bars on Lower Broadway.
That's the protocol on all the bars. And now that's a good piece of information. That's good to know. Now let me ask you this then. How did because you say that this is like the cover up and there's these things that are going on within the bars where people are drinking laced stuff. So how is that even happening in the first place? And why is it just at random, it seems like, with these people? Why is it in there? What's up with this laced drink thing? Can you explain that?
Yeah, explain that.
I can't. I can't. I don't know, but it's
okay.
It's rampant.
Let me, and I would agree with that. Maybe that is a thing right now. I definitely agree with that. People get roofied at bars, men, women, all kinds of people get roofied. If this young man is found and they do an autopsy or something, or maybe he's found alive, I don't know. But if he is found and there is no trace of anything in his system, this woman is definitely going to sound and like credibility is going to be called into question for this woman. I thank God her name is not out there because she's kind of giving me that, what is it, that Idaho 4 Kim Wazoo lady. Like that's the vibes that I'm getting from this woman.
I can't explain it because I know what we serve our patrons, and I don't know what happens after that, but I know there's a lot of outdoor areas where they can smoke cigarettes.
Did you serve him? Did you serve him the drink?
No, I did not.
Do you know who? Do you know who served him the drink?
I do.
And has that person stepped forward and spoken out, or anything of that sort? Or is the bar protecting that individual right now?
No, I know that everyone.
Well, Pascal, she wouldn't know that if she's not working at the bar anymore, right?
Oh, everyone has been forthcoming. I'll say that. I can't. Yeah. Okay. Even though I don't work there anymore now, they have been forthcoming. Yes. But you have to understand that this kid, I say that, God, in such a respectful way to his parents. Like it's so heart wrenching. I say this kid in a nice way, but
of course
he was out on the smoke deck and had a cigarette or a vape or whatever. But when they go out there, they set their drinks down, and Lord only knows what happens then, right? And we have minimal security.
Oh my gosh!
Although it's better than what it was, not just Luke's, but any bar.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna tell you guys this. Go watch the rest of it on Pascal's show. I do have to head out because I got baby bunny over here that's wanting my attention, so I got to go tend to her. But don't confuse both of them, please, please, please. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about this whole situation. Here's the deal: we just got to keep praying that this young man is found, and hopefully we'll get more answers. Maybe more items will be found. We will see what is going on. She said, officially redacting my statement. She lost me at the invoice. Go watch it. Let me know your guys' thoughts, okay? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you check out the Pascal show. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I want to thank everybody who became a member, who supported the channel today. Thank you so much. I will see you guys on the next one. We'll definitely be live later today. Rabbits out. Bye, guys.